Samantha on Who's the Boss and as Phoebe on Charmed. What you may not know is that she is really a huge baseball fan, and I am not kidding. Please welcome the author of Safe at Home, Alyssa Milano. We've ever met.
I don't think we have, but I'm friends with Jeff Garland, who is your biggest fan.
Yeah, we're old buddies, Jeff
Yes.
and I. Gosh, I think all the people in the audience probably feel the same way I do. We watched you grow up, and you're near and dear to our hearts.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I've been very blessed.
Well, I couldn't believe that it's been 25 years. It's 25th anniversary of Who's the Boss.
Who's the Boss, yeah.
That doesn't seem right.
Which makes me like 27, which is great.
Both of us, and I'm 10 years older than you. There you are, and I think we have a clip of the pilot episode, which I watched this morning, and I was just, you're so a natural right off the bat. Uh-oh.
Why is it tough? I thought I noticed a tear in one of the cockroach's eyes.
I still say you're making a big mistake, Tony. How could you leave New York, huh?
Triborough Bridge. Hey, look, Miss Rosine, you gotta admit, this neighborhood is falling apart. I mean, look at Samantha. When she starts coming home with black eyes, I think it's time for me to get out.
Hey, that's because there were 3 of those guys, Dad. And anyway, I got one guy sneezing out of his ear.
That New York accent.
It's interesting because I have a lot of friends that worked on Who's the Boss that became my friends later on that I work with now, even today, and they all speak about how fantastic your parents were in protecting you and guiding you and loving you, and you don't always see that on a set. And
well, it was important to them. I think what made them sort of different than the parents you often see was they actually hired a guardian for me. It wasn't they did not want to be on the set with me.
They had their lives.
They had their lives, and it was important that when I got home that my mom had food on the table and kept my panties clean. That's what she always says. And all of that stuff I think contributed to balance, you know. I mean, it was a little, I was very sheltered in the extent that I didn't have a lot of friends my age because I was working. But
what was that like? I mean, not that you knew anything different, right? That's what you knew.
Yeah, that was normal to me, so I didn't know.
Was there any time in the long run of the show that you felt like you just wanted to stop?
Yeah, I mean, after the show was over, I was 19, and I was like, okay, I had to do some soul searching and figure out if this was something that I wanted to continue to pursue, knowing how hard it was for kids that were on shows at that time to be adults in the business.
To make the transition.
I was told by so many people, save your money, kid, because you're never going to work after this.
Yeah.
Which is
those are the odds a lot of times.
And it was the reality at that time.
Yeah, and so at that point in your life, you're kind of doing some soul searching, and this is really where you discover your love for baseball.
Yeah.
I mean, she really loves it.
The first year of Who's the Boss, because we lived in New York, my dad and I flew to Los Angeles, and we lived in LA alone for a year because my mom didn't want to uproot the whole family for a show that wasn't a guarantee.
You don't know.
Yeah. So the first year of Who's the Boss, it was just me and my dad. And my dad was a huge Brooklyn Dodgers fan who, of course, had his heart broken when the Dodgers left New York.
When he was a kid.
Right. But when we moved to LA, they were having their, best decade, and my dad became a Dodgers fan again. And I quickly realized that this would be a great way for my dad and I to bond. So as a little girl, my dad and I bonded over baseball. And it wasn't until my 20s that I got, obsessed and learned, the beauty of the games within the game and how a full season unravels. And and I think in your 20s, I say that baseball finds you when you need it most, and I definitely needed it most in my 20s.
Yeah, because you were going through a big transition emotionally, and
I think it's hard for any person that time, but to be in this business where it's so much about being youth obsessed or size obsessed, baseball was always such a lovely escape for me and something that I could always do with my family and always have that connection.
Yeah, you used to go home and you guys would sit together and watch the game.
Yeah, my favorite place to watch a game. I have Dodgers season tickets, but my second favorite place is on my parents' couch, still to this day.
That's great. We'll be right back. We're going to come back and talk more to Melissa. Alyssa, I will call her Alyssa. Okay, we're back with Alyssa Milano. And I do want to talk more about the book, Forward by Joe Torre. I mean, come on.
How cool is that?
Yes, that's great. But I do want to, if you don't mind me asking you, you're engaged, right?
I am. I'm engaged.
So great.
Thank you. Yeah, we got engaged in December. We've been together for a couple of years. We got engaged in December, and it's just such a lovely time.
And
there he is.
He's an agent, right?
Yes, he's an agent. He hates that picture. He's going to be mortified.
Well, we can put a different one in.
I don't know if we have
We'll put one of my agents who says, hey, you look pretty nice.
Guys are so funny.
Oh, they are.
Guys are so funny with their pictures.
Yeah, we think that they don't care, but they do. Like, even the guys on our crew, when I'm like, I'm going to show this, they're like, oh, I don't like that picture of me. And I'm like, well, we're not models.
Yeah, exactly.
But still, it matters, you know, sure. But everybody I know that knows your fiance adores him.
He is a lovely, sweet, funny human being,
Oh,
and I
I'm so
really
happy
got
for you.
so lucky.
Well,
I mean,
he
I
did
had to kiss a lot of frogs to find that prince. but he is a good person, and I'm so glad that I found him at this point in my life, because I don't know what I would have done with him before. Like, I was so ready for him, you know?
Oh, yeah, it really takes time to appreciate the right guy.
It, yeah.
No, I think everybody understands that. Okay, so this book.
Yeah.
There's a point where you're at a Dodgers game.
Yeah.
And you're crying so hard at a loss.
Well, you know, last year during the playoffs, when the Phillies eliminated the Dodgers, my brother...
Oh, how dare you? Oh. That's Johnny Friday, our drummer. He's your nemesis.
Ouch. Well, congratulations, Johnny. I cried so hard. My brother, too, who's 26 years old, we both cried, and we were holding each other, and we had complete strangers coming over to console us, like holding us, like, I know, man, I know, next year we'll get him next year. And it was actually pretty pathetic, but, you know, I mean, you know, you're a Cubs fan.
I know, but I love the community of it, the sense of shared experience and community and rooting for the team.
I don't think there's anything like that anymore. I think that, you know, that's one of the, first of all, the fact that baseball is such a generational gift handed down.
Right.
And also just, you know, that you can be in a stadium and all walks of life can be there, and it doesn't matter what religion you are, what nationality you are, you're all focused on the same thing, and there's a common goal.
And it also takes its time.
Yes.
It's one of the few things that we all enjoy together where it just takes it's
leisurely,
pace. Yeah.
And that pace just lends itself to the drama, which is so awesome. But I always say, you know, I don't know my neighbors in LA, but I know all my season ticket holders around me. You know, it's like I've watched the kids grow up 2 rows in front of me. It's pretty amazing.
No, your mom's not into it as much as you, your dad, and your brother.
No, my mom sort of puts up with it because she knows how much we love it. You know, and she gets concerned when things happen. Like, she still doesn't know how to read the scoreboard. She'll be like, I don't understand. We have 8 runs? I'm like, no, Mom, that's the hits. We have 8 hits, 2 runs. It doesn't matter how many times we explain it to her. She doesn't get it. But she, you know, she gets concerned for us, like when Manny was suspended.
What do you think about that? Oh, I'm sorry. Finish your story.
She was worried that I was upset, and I was. I didn't get out of bed the entire day. I was so upset.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean,
I just want to cut that hair.
I think it's.
I should talk. Bay City Rollers.
I think it's, you know, I think that we're in a time socially where we're a pharmaceutical generation. I think that, you know, there's cheating that's gone on in baseball throughout history, and I think steroids is a reflection of where we are pharmaceutically, you know.
But you said something interesting where, you know, it's not like steroids. You're not saying it's a form of cheating because you're comparing it to women using...
No, it definitely is a form of cheating.
Okay.
Absolutely. I just don't think one form of cheating is better than the other. You know, there was spitballs, and there were, you know, the scandal with the Black Sox and all of that, and that's cheating, and that's really bad. I think this is equally as bad, but I don't think it's any worse. I just think it's a sign of the times.
Yeah, it's a different. The sign of the form of cheating in our era
has evolved
would be steroids.
To this.
Yeah,
right. And I think they should all be punished, and I think we need to get the game back to where it was. But I can understand why a player, you know, I relate it to women getting Botox. Botox. You know, I can see how a player would want to, you know, elongate their career and get a couple more hits a week, which equates to millions of dollars a year. Like, I get it.
I know. And I thought when you read that bottle, if it, you know, energy lasts for longer than 3 innings. Call a doctor. Poor Manny. What do you think, Manny? I really enjoyed the book.
Thank
and
you.
I love seeing you doing so well
Thank
and
you so
happy,
much.
especially in your personal life.
I brought you some stuff.
Oh, you did? Oh,
I brought you
for our
something.
auction.
Yes, this is from my clothing line, and this is for Bonnie's basement.
Oh, you have this clothing line,
yeah,
too.
Yeah, that's all sports licensed. See, it's got a little LA Dodger thing here.
Oh, I know, because Alyssa's like, you don't have to wear the big jersey. You can look really cute
You can
in your
look stylish.
stuff.
And this is for you, because I know what a Cubs fan you
Oh,
are.
come on.
That's for you. So wear it in good health. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh, you guys, go buy Alyssa's book. It's so great. Say